What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the LTQ Wrestling Podcast. Hopefully, everybody enjoyed WWE Backlash. I actually personally enjoyed the show. I thought it was a really solid show. The matches got the time they deserved, unlike WrestleMania. And the main event, Jacob Fatu against Roman Reigns. I was really impressed with the back and forth. Good near falls. Ends up ending in a clean victory, though, with Jacob Fatu taking the loss. Now, this feud has been interesting to me. It's something different, something new. I've always been somebody who just likes something different. I'm not, somebody who likes the same people in the same feuds and the same matchups. And this is something different. Jacob Fatu against Roman Reigns. There was talk about years ago doing this match, and they didn't do it. And now they're getting a feud out of it. And Roman Reigns is going to make his opponents, especially family, look strong. He's been doing that. And there's been a lot of complaints about, why is Roman looking weak during this? He's the babyface. The babyfaces make the heels look great. And then whether they get the revenge or they get the win or whatever, it makes the fans get behind them. And I think Roman Reigns is doing a heck of a job here. So Jacob Fatu losing clean was interesting. I knew somebody had to take the loss. Obviously, he wasn't going to beat Roman Reigns right now. Roman Reigns just won the championship at WrestleMania. He's on the schedule for a full-time run this summer. They already got matches lined up for him. I've always been on the boat of saying he's going to face The Rock at next year's WrestleMania. We'll see if that ends up happening. But it got me thinking, Jacob Fatu, okay, he loses the first match. He loses, his mind after the match, attacks Roman, comes out on Raw. Jay's trying to convince him, or at least talk to him, what are you doing, man? What are you thinking? Why are you doing these things? Well, Jacob Fatu just destroys him. And then he destroys Jimmy. And then once again, he destroys Roman Reigns. And he just looks like a badass heel that is ready to just go through a wall to win that championship. He even said, I have to win this championship for my family. I need to win this championship. And it got me thinking, what if they do a rematch? Roman Reigns against Jacob Fatu. And it's a non-clean ending this time. Whether that's thanks to the Usos' interference, maybe it's a steel cage match, maybe Roman Reigns wins with the guillotine so Fatu doesn't take back-to-back pinfall losses. Because I don't see Fatu losing again to a pin. I just don't see it. I could be wrong here, but they've been very protective, just like with Gunther of Jacob Fatu, where they don't have him take a lot of pinfall losses. I think this would be a mistake, having him lose back-to-back matches. Yes, it's Roman Reigns, but you want to protect a guy like that. And I think Roman Reigns would even probably agree, I don't want to beat this guy twice. Maybe that's what they end up doing. It's WWE. You never know what they're thinking. That's my cup of tea on it. I don't think they're going to have him lose clean. And now that he attacked the Usos, it gives them a reason to come out and cost him. So I can see that scenario. But every promo he makes and the way he's been with his demeanor and everything, what if Jacob Fatu wins Money in the Bank? It's getting close. It's, a month or two away? They have other options they could go with. They could go with the Obafemi or a Braun Breaker or somebody like that. But Jacob Fatu, what if they go with him? He said he has to win this championship. He has to get everything Roman Reigns has. The luxury, the cars, putting his family through school, everything. And he can do that. But if he loses again, even if it's all BS, then what? That's where Money in the Bank comes into play. It's made a lot of careers. Jacob Fatu is close to being in that world title winning discussion. Some fans might not feel like he's ready yet, but he's getting there. And this feud with Roman Reigns has definitely elevated him a lot. The Drew feud was elevating a little bit, but this is a world title feud. It's a lot different. But what if Jacob Fatu wins Money in the Bank? And he just annoys Roman Reigns for 8 to 9 months and just teases cashing in. And you could have the Usos saying, no, Us, don't cash in on Roman, cash in on Cody. We don't need you cashing in on family. There's a story already there. And maybe he ends up cashing in on Cody. Who knows? But you could have him just be annoying to Roman Reigns. Listen, I can cash in and make my family proud. And I could put my kids through good schools. And I could have everything with this Money in the Bank briefcase. I don't care if I have to go through you. He said that before. I don't care if I have to go even through my own blood to make it happen. And he can do that with Money in the Bank. And I think it'd be perfect for him. He would be a great Money in the Bank holder. Now, the negative effect of it is Roman Reigns will probably go back to a part-time schedule after the summer. So are you going to be able to keep Jacob Fatu interesting for 6-7 months when Roman Reigns is appearing less time? Now, I know there's fans out there who think Roman Reigns should appear less. He's not really as good when he's appearing every single week. And I can get that argument. But, to keep it interesting with Fatu hold Money in the Bank, I feel like you need to have Roman Reigns appear just a little bit more. You could have Jacob Fatu every time Roman Reigns comes out, come out with a briefcase. We've seen it plenty of times, especially with heel Money in the Bank. They like to troll. And I'm a troll. You could ask Tears. I used to troll him all the time in Minecraft. So I'm a fan of a good troll. And maybe that's what Jacob Fatu does. He just trolls Roman. And the way he is right now, in the psychopath state where he'll just run through a wall to get this championship, it makes all the sense in the world for him to climb that ladder, win Money in the Bank, and become a world champion eventually. And I think this is a perfect scenario for him. If WWE is smart, which sometimes they are and sometimes they're not, we've seen creative really fumble some stuff. Look at the New Day. But this is like a to me, this is like a silver platter winner right here. Now, I did a poll on my YouTube short, and it was very split. I had like 47 say no and like 53% say yes when it came to Jacob Fatu winning Money in the Bank. So there's a very split crowd with it. Some think he should, obviously, and some think, nah, we want to see somebody else. We want to see Oba Femi. And I wouldn't be mad at that either because Oba's supposed to feud with Roman down the line. He's not lost. You could do that. But Jacob Fatu, Braun Breaker, Oba Femi, Sol Ruka, Roxanne Perez, which I'll make another video on Roxanne Perez as well. Those are people that are the future of this company that you want to have as building blocks going forward. And I get it. WWE wants to go younger, right? And I'm on board with that. I'm not saying they should have got rid of Kofi and Xavier Woods. You could debate that all day long. They weren't doing anything. It is a surprise. I do understand the going younger part of it because they do need to go younger. They do need to start pushing some new talent like Jacob Fatu in the door because you can't rely on guys like Punk, Roman Reigns, Cody. These guys are in their 40s. Not that 40's old, but like they've been around for so long. You need to start getting some fresh blood in the main event scene. And they've done that with Fatu. But now's the time to take that next leap for him. Now's the time to get him where you go, yeah, Jacob Fatu is world champion. I'm with it. I like it. I could see that. And Money in the Bank has made a lot of careers. We've seen it with, Dolph Ziggler at one point, Seth Rollins, Damian Priest. We all thought Damian Priest, like, man, he won the world title. This guy's going to be a main eventer for years. Unfortunately, hasn't gone that route. And some guys had to stay at that level. Priest, unfortunately, whether do it creative or just his character or whatever the case, wasn't able to do that. But it's just a good elevating point for someone like Jacob Fatu when he's already got a feud with the world champion. It's his family. He's got a story already there. WWE loves those long-term stories, especially Triple H with creative. So I think this is, to me, the best case scenario, either him or Oba Femi to win the men's Money in the Bank. And you go from there. You start cooking up a story. You start figuring out, okay, you figure out when you want Jacob Fatu to win. Because you could do Rock and Roman at WrestleMania. Jacob Fatu's got till next June to cash in. So you can still do everything you want to do with Roman Reigns going forward. You can have him against Oba. You can have him against Rock if you want to do that. You can do him against Cody again or whatever they want to do. Because Jacob Fatu can just hold the title or hold the briefcase for a while and be a good Money in the Bank holder. So I'm not too mad at Oba, but I do think Jacob Fatu is the viable choice in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think about that down below in the comment section. Do you think Jacob Fatu should win Money in the Bank? Why or why not? I love having these type of discussions with y'all because I'm a wrestling fan just like all y'all. I love having these debates, talks, whatever. If anybody's ever interested in getting on the podcast, DM me. My email's in the description. If you'd like to appear on the podcast, I'm always looking for new people because sometimes me, QJ, and Tears just aren't able to make timing work. It's been a minute since all three of us have been on a podcast episode. Not that because we don't want to be. It's just the scheduling. Sometimes Tears available different days than me and QJ are. We're both off Fridays. That's why we've been doing the SmackDown review shows. So we'll try to make stuff work. But yeah, if you're interested, let me know because I'm interested to get some different voices on the podcast. If you'd like to be a regular, all for it. I'm all for having all types of people on the podcast. I think it's great having talks about this kind of stuff. If you like gaming, if you're like me and you like playing video games, if you like chilling, you like making content, whatever you like to do, me and QJ do that. We make some gaming content. I'll put description in the description below. Check out our channels. QJ does Naruto. He does single player games. He does all that kind of stuff. I do MLB The Show content. I do NBA 2K when the new ones come out with my crew. I sometimes do WWE content. I haven't really got the games lately because they've been kind of, but like we all make kind of good gaming content, all kinds of gaming content. So if you like that, check it out. Appreciate the support as always. Make sure to like and subscribe for more LTQ Wrestling podcast content. Peace.